What's going on, Straight Talk About Life listeners? I appreciate all of you for listening to me today. If you're over on the web radio station, thank you for getting up at 6 a.m. to join me. I appreciate you. If you're listening to me on any of my other platforms, which are Apple Podcasts, Google Casts, Overcast, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Stitcher, and now TikTok. If you're listening to me on any of those platforms, thank you so much for pressing the play button and giving me a chance. It means so much. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. If you're new here, welcome. I speak about positivity on my podcast. I speak about motivating, uplifting, and encouraging other people. And I just like to give a motivational word for the day, encourage someone to keep going. Don't let anyone get in your head and tell you that you can't make it. Those are the type of things that I like to talk about on my podcast. However, I will say this morning, I was having all kind of thoughts. I knew I needed to get on here because I felt like someone needed to hear a message on today. But if I'm honest, which I like to keep it 100, the other side of me did not want to get on here because I was in my head psyching myself out, saying that maybe no one's going to listen to this podcast, to this episode. Maybe I just shouldn't get on there today. Just getting in my own way. And that happens from time to time. I am not perfect at all. But at the end of the day, I do this for myself, but I do this for other people as well. Because I know that sometimes I may say something that someone was needing to hear. I may say something encouraging. I may give a testimony about my life that may inspire or encourage someone else. So I'm here. And all the people that support me, I just want to humbly say that I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And I always want to say thank you to anyone that takes out time to support me and to listen to me. It means so much. And when I say that, you have no idea how much it means. Because I'm coming from a place where I had quite a few people, quite a few family members, quite a few people that I thought were my friends, that I would share my podcast. I would send links to them and things like that. But not once did they listen. And I understand that people are busy. I get that. But no one's busy all day long, every day. And even if they may not like what I'm saying, maybe it's not relatable to them. Just pressing that play button puts me in a certain category because I have a following. And it shows Spotify and the other platforms that I have listeners. So I said all that to say that I have always been the type of person that if anyone, if it was a friend or a family member, anyone that had something going on, something they wanted me to listen to, something they wanted me to take a look at, anything that's going on, I have always shown up for people. I have always made time to support people when they asked me to, and some of them did not have to ask. That's just me trying to support other people. But when it's my turn to receive that same support, I get zero. They don't show up for me. And part of me would say, that's fine. They don't have to show up. But I'm going to keep it 100. That is not fine. It's not okay. Because if I'm constantly sticking my neck out to make sure that other people feel supported, I expect the same support in return. And you know what the sad thing is? Even though I expect that, people are still not going to get it. They're still not going to feel like they should support me in return. Or maybe they feel like what they have going on is superior to what I have going on. Yes, I'm just on a podcast and I'm speaking. But clearly, I'm passionate about what I'm doing. Clearly, this is something that means something to me and it's important. Clearly, I feel that I may say something to inspire or motivate someone else that may have thought about giving up on everything. So I could understand if I was doing something negative. But I feel like anyone that's being positive and doing things to stay positive and to motivate other people to be positive, I feel like those people should always be supported. Even if you feel like what they're talking about or what they have going on is not of value and is not of importance to you, just you showing up and being supportive means so much. And I've come to the realization that I may never get that support that I'm asking for or that I'm expecting. And that's actually caused me to step back and take a look at how supportive I've been to other people. I was listening to a motivational speaker this morning, and she said something that made so much sense. Sometimes we know better and we know the things that we need to do, but it takes someone else saying it for us to really get it. She said, it's okay to be loyal to people, but don't be more loyal to people than you are to your own self. That hit home to me. I've always considered myself to be a loyal friend, a loyal person in general that will just ride for anyone that I consider family or friend. Even neglecting my own self. a lot of the times. So what she said made so much sense. How am I being more loyal to other people than I am to my own self? I've had to reflect on a lot of things today and think about a lot of friendships and family where I've always shown up. But when it's my time, everyone's busy. They'll get around to it. I've always had to learn, well, when I was younger, I had to learn that I have to be my number one cheerleader. I can't wait on anyone else to cheer me on and encourage me and speak life into me, even though I make sure that I always speak life into other people. I don't care what I have going on. I could be then just stayed up all night crying, sliding up and down walls, eyes red and everything. And then I'll turn around and go speak life into someone else that might be going through something. Or I may get a feeling that someone else is hurting, and I'll go speak life into them. While I'm over here feeling like crap. And then when it's my turn to have life spoken into me, everyone's busy. They don't have time. They're going on about their day. Which brings me to my point. Don't depend on other people for your happiness. Don't depend on other people to make you feel whole. Don't depend on other people for validation because you don't need it. Be more loyal to yourself than you are to other people. Make sure you're speaking life into your own self and you're taking care of yourself before you go do that for other people. I'm guilty of all of that. To this day, right now, as we speak, I'm a selfless person. Regardless what's going on in my life, I put that on the back burner because I feel like I care more about what other people are dealing with. We have to do better, guys. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I know I can't be the only one that's like that. We have to do better. If that means missing a few phone calls and texts. When people want to put their problems on you, if you're not feeling 100% whole, if you have things going on, don't even respond. Especially if those are the people that are not showing up for you. Treat them like they treat you. If they wait the whole day to respond to you, you wait the whole day. Or wait till the next day. Why should you be the one that's always reaching out or always being available and being a friend? And when you reach out, you get nothing, or you get put on the back burner because everybody else is more important. Start pulling them on them. Treat them how they treat you, and then you'll see where that situationship, family ship, you'll see where it goes. Because some people can dish it, but they can't take it. Sometimes you have to pull a them on them for them to really get how they make you feel. Because sometimes if you come out and tell them how they make you feel, they still may not get it. Or they may feel like something is wrong with you for even bringing that up. In this season of our life, we need to treat people just how they treat us. And from this day forward, I am going to treat people how they treat me. I will no longer put myself and my needs and what's going on with me on the back burner to speak life into other people and make sure they're okay. I'm not doing that anymore. That doesn't take away from me being a good person. I'm still a good person. But at some point, self-love and self-care takes the front street to everything else. And sometimes it takes us hearing things from other people for us to really get it. Although we know better. And I get it. I'm that person that does too much. Literally. I overextend my kindness for everyone. But I cannot count on one hand the people that I could call up right now if I needed a shoulder or if I needed something. I can't name 5 people right now. And that's family or friends. But I guarantee you, if they could name 5 people, they would probably name me. It's time out for that. Some people call it being a fool. Yeah, in some cases, it may be. Some people may call it being used. That's possible too. But I call it being a caring person with empathy for other people. But I have to learn to care more about me. And that's the message that I wanted to give today. I know normally I sound really cheerful and everything, but that has really been weighing on me all morning. It really has. And I have had time to really sit back and think about some things. So, when you can sit back and take an honest inventory of your life and the things that's going on and the things that you need to change, that's called growth. I get it. And I'm one of those people that if I know I'm in the wrong or I should be doing better, I will admit it. But overall, other than that, I am having a pretty good day. My cold is getting better still. If you heard my voice cracking during this episode, it's because I am getting over a cold and my voice is almost back to normal, but it's not completely there. And yeah, I'm just enjoying my peace and quiet right now. I've been able to get some work done, been able to record this podcast for you all. And yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good this morning. I enjoyed my birthday. It was good. It was good. I had a few people to forget my birthday. And I'm not holding that against them. It is what it is. I know people are busy and everybody's living life and you know all of that, but I don't think I've forgotten any of their birthdays. I don't. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I say, yeah, foolish might be written on my forehead. Just might. I'm that thoughtful friend or family member that always thinks about other people. I think about I first of all, I listen to people. I pay attention to people. So I'm that thoughtful friend that's if I get you a gift, it's because I'm being thoughtful. I'm actually thinking of something that I feel would mean a lot to you, something that you would love. Um, I've always been that way. But it's really hard for me to find people like that towards me. It is. It's really hard. But as I've gotten older, I realized that you cannot expect people to treat you how you treat them at all. You can't. It would be nice, but yeah, it just almost doesn't happen. So, yeah, we should evaluate things and people. And if they make you feel unwanted, unloved, unappreciated, then you need to think about that situation. Is this good for me? Is this good for my life? Is it benefiting me? You should think about those things. You really should. This episode has been deep. I am really on one today. But it's much needed because someone else may be able to resonate with what I'm saying. You probably have been in the same situations, probably have overextended yourself for other people. But when it's your turn, you're being forgot about, and people don't give you a second look or they're too busy. But I will say this, keep being you, keep being a good person, keep being a good hearted person, because the Most High sees everything. And eventually, the right people that are like minded, that love like you, will find you. Just hold on and don't give up or psych yourself out like I did today. Don't psych yourself out, especially if you know what you bring to the table. If you know what you bring to the table. Continue to be you. Okay? That is my message for today. Continue to be you. Continue to show up in love and light and spread positivity no matter what, because you want to stay in positivity. And love is the highest frequency in the world. So make sure you're spreading love to people. Make sure you're letting people know that you love them. If you do. If you don't, then don't say it. But the moral of the story is life is so short. Always let people know how you feel about them. I believe that actions speak louder than words. And I could tell you I love you all day. But what does my actions say? Am I showing you that I love you? Can you feel love when you're around me? Do I make you feel special? Do I motivate, uplift, and encourage you? That is my way of showing love. And some people never get it. Some people are so asleep and they just don't get it. Maybe even if you tell them I love you, some people just wonder like, how can you love me? Or why are you saying that? But the truth of the matter is, If you know, you know. And I don't know about you, but I would rather for someone to show me on a daily basis that they love me than to tell me all the time that they love me and not show me. Love is an action word. I go by actions. I go by how I'm being treated, how I'm being spoken to. I go by your energy. When I'm around you, when I speak to you, do I feel love? Do you make me feel like I'm loved? Because you could tell me that all day. But do you make me feel like I'm loved? I think a lot of times people know that they're not loved, but they just stick around in certain situations because they just want to say that they have someone or they're too comfortable. But as I've gotten older, I've learned that I would rather be alone and love on myself all day than to be in a relationship, friendship, or familyship and not be shown love. And a pet peeve of mine is, and the people that are closest to me know this, a pet peeve of mine is for, let's just say, for example, someone calls me on the phone and they're just talking to me. We're just having a conversation. And then when the conversation is over with, they just come out the blue and say, I love you. Okay. You're just saying that to say it in some cases. Because you know if this person really loves you or not, or if they're just saying it. You know. You know how they treat you and how they talk to you. But at the end of the conversation, they want to say, I love you. That is a pet peeve of mine. Don't say that you love me just because that's something to say, because we're getting off the phone, or because you're leaving my house and you feel like that's just what you're supposed to say. Don't do that. Don't do it. Another pet peeve is when someone will come and say, I love you. And then they'll stand there and stare at me and wait on me to say it back. Okay. If I don't feel like I love you, I'm not going to say it at all. I'm just going to look at you, or I'll just walk away, because I would rather be honest than to just say I love you too because you told me first. I'm not going to do it. So if I come out and say I love you, I really do. I love you. It's something about you and your spirit and your energy that makes me love you. You may not understand it, and it may not even make sense to you, but that's just me. And if I don't love you and you say it first, then that's why I'm not going to say it, because I don't. I don't feel the same way. And I think a lot of people should get in the habit of being honest with people. Stop just saying what people want to hear. Yes, when I was younger, I was guilty of doing that because I felt like that's what I was supposed to say. I guess it's taken me getting older to really process it and really sit back and think about what I was saying. Be honest with people. I think they would appreciate you more if you're honest. And that is one thing that anyone that's close to me will be able to tell you, and my children as well. I am going to be honest and I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel and how you make me feel. I'm going to tell you. You might not like me after I say it, but I'm going to tell you. I'm going to respectfully say it because I don't believe in yelling and screaming and cursing to get my point across. Yes, I've been in situations where I've had to do that because I was returning the same energy that the person was giving me. Is that right? No, it's not. But I've done it. But I am going to be honest with you. So, if you respect honesty and you ask me a question, get ready because I'm going to honestly answer your question. I think we all should have some honest people around us. Most of us, if we had honest people around us, we wouldn't be in certain situations that we're in or certain situations that we've been in. And these lingering relationships and lingering friendships, if you honestly knew where you stood with a person, it would give you the opportunity to leave them alone or stick around. If you know that this person is rocking with you and they love you, they support you, they're your friend, then you'll know to stick around. But if this person really is not feeling you, you don't have anything in common, the energy is off, and the person comes out and tell you that, don't be offended. Just move accordingly. Just go on with your merry way and respect them for being honest. I think it would really upset me if I was in a long relationship or friendship with someone and for years they just sugarcoat how they feel about me and never tell me, never be honest, never say how they really feel. That would really upset me. That is something I don't like at all. I I want people around me to feel comfortable enough with me to open up and just say whatever you need to say. Respectfully, of course. But say what's on your mind. Guys, that doesn't make you weak because you open up and talk about your feelings. You're not weak. Just say what's on your mind and let people know how you feel about them. Never leave a person and they don't know how you feel about them. A person should always leave you or hang up the phone knowing exactly how you feel, knowing that you love them or you don't like them. They should know how you feel. And on that note, I am going to end today's podcast. I really appreciate you all for joining me on today. It means so much to me that you're here and you took out time to listen to me, uh, maybe take some of my advice. Maybe you can relate to some of the things I have mentioned today. You can feel free to email me some episode ideas if you have some at KIMIJO774 at gmail.com, and I will be sure to get back with you. Just please allow me at least one day to respond. I am looking at my analytics, you guys, and oh, excuse me. I have 47% of you all listening to me on Amazon Music, 12% on the web browser, 5% on Amazon Alexa, 5% on Spotify, 4% on Apple Podcasts, 2% on the Audible, and 20% on other. So I appreciate you guys. My largest audience is still the age range between 35 and 44. You all are coming in at 45%. Coming in at number 2 is the age range between 45 and 59 at 26%. And coming in at number 3 is the age range between 28 and 34 at 13%. Thank you guys so much. The genders: 60% females, 21% of you all do not want to be identified, 19% males. All right. Is there any more information I need to? My top 3 countries are still the United States, coming in at 61%. Germany is 11%. And France is coming in at number 3 at 9%. All right. Okay. And I see that the listener participation has increased. I appreciate you guys for that. Um, yeah. Wow. You all are really, really listening to my episodes. I appreciate you guys. Wow. So, if you want to message me, you can message me at the Feel the Beat web radio station. There's a message tab right there in the middle of the page. You can hit message and talk to me. Comment on this episode or any of the other episodes. You can message me on Spotify as well. You could type your message out or you can leave a voicemail for me. Also, you can subscribe to my Spotify. It is $3.99 a month. I would appreciate all of the support. Thank you guys so much. And I want you all to go and have the most amazing day. And while you're having that amazing day, say something nice to help someone else have an amazing day as well. Another thing, the Most High loves you, and I love you as well. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you in the next episode.